So very happy to be associated with the latest and greatest of all the iconic vehicles that have come out. There's only a few that can be identified by their name. Model T, nobody has to say Ford. The Beetle, nobody has to say VW. And the Mini, nobody has to say BMW. And now we've got the Aptera. That is an iconic vehicle. You all are a part of a revolution. Be the vehicle that everybody's going to point at forever. It's got an iconic style, brand new iconic drive system, solar system. Everything about it says that this is the car for our times.
So that was some footage of the unofficial release of the Gamma reveal, which was Thursday before Fully Charged Live in San Diego.
Yep, to a very limited audience, a few invited guests. We were so excited to be able to be there.
Thank you, Aptera, for the invite. It was great to be there. Hear Sandy talk kind of got us all excited again. It was really nice. So we got this comment afterwards from Tom Bushaw. Says, great coverage. Okay, thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
As always, we appreciate the encouragement. Reading on. So is the picture of you guys with Chris up on your living room wall yet? What picture?
What?
No, we're not fans. We're serious journalists, Tom. Get over it. Come on. I look forward to your continuing coverage. Thank you. Hope to hear what surprised you about the Gamma, what still needs work, and what, if anything, just looks wrong. It all looks pretty good from here. Tom, we had to wait to do something about your comment because we were just kind of excited.
Yeah,
you know, like the whole trip there, I've gotten a bunch of questions. I'm like, I don't know. They're like, does it have all the tires on it? I'm like, I have no idea. We were just so excited. We did, so much stuff we did, weren't able to check out.
We were in full nerd out sesh.
Total nerding out.
Absolutely geeked out.
Completely unprofessional, horrible journalism, totally biased. But now we've had a week to just kind of breathe in and out and think about it. So, Tom, per your request, here's the things that surprised us and the things that maybe need some work.
Yeah, thanks for the focus with the question. It gave us something to actually meditate on, think about. Okay, where am I on this point? Yes.
Okay, so first let me say this. If you're watching this and you have not yet pre-ordered your Aptera, there is a link in the description where you can save $30. You can pre-order for just $70, and that's fully refundable if you change your mind, which you should never change your mind.
I don't know why you would.
But if you do.
But some will, and
there you go.
That's up to you. That's your decision.
And if you use that link in the description to pre-order, one of our viewers will save some money off their Aptera. Tell you who later. Okay, on with the show. Do you want me to start or do you want to start?
No, you go ahead.
Okay, there's one thing that I don't want to say it surprises me, Tom, but it makes me very happy. And that is the fact that from almost 10 years ago when the Aptera first started, had a false start,
right,
up until Gamma, it looks the same. For example, if you were to compare the Alpha, the original prototype of the new electric version of the Aptera, all the way to the third, the Gamma, you can see you have to get up pretty close to know there's a difference in these two.
Yeah.
And that blows my mind because a lot of times in our lifetime when we see prototypes come out of like GM, Ford, Chevy, Lincoln, whatever, they're fantastical, outrageous, futuristic from space, and then by the time they hit the road, they look like a Camry. It never really stays fun and exciting. Right.
It just gets really kind of,
I think once the
into the template of the car that everybody wants.
Lots of air quotes. But I think the engineers get involved and it just kind of becomes sort of normal. Here's an example from the Detroit Auto Show. This is a bit of a preview because we haven't done our reporting on the Detroit Auto Show yet. But look at this from Lincoln. And this thing is fantastical. The whole sides open up, not the doors. The roof opens up, and it's like a lounge in there.
Like a flower.
It's like,
beautiful.
but you can. It has a glass hood with a Lincoln logo, and it's just amazing. And you can imagine this going down the road while you and your family are catching up on your reading, catching up on some office work on your laptop.
Chairs.
It's like a lounge.
It's crazy.
It's like a rolling office.
It is.
But if
family room.
Yeah, you can watch a movie. Let the self-driving tech run it. But the thing is, if it hits the road, it's going to look like a Camry.
It's not.
And that's not a knock on anybody else. It's just the way it's been. So when we see Aptera still an Aptera this close to production, That is not a surprise, but it is exciting.
Yeah, a little bit like Sandy Munro said, it's iconic.
It's iconic.
Nobody has to say Aptera. When you see that shape, you know what that is. So
exactly.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We're excited about that.
So what's something that surprised Sarah?
One thing that surprised me was the size of it. Watching some of the footage, looking forward to Aptera, there's one particular one of a noir, the Alpha Noir, and it's in a evening setting, and I watch it and I think it looks pretty bouncy, and it looks small to me, like really small, like I'm gonna feel like Chad and I, when we get in our Aptera, like we're both on mopeds that have like a big umbrella over us.
I'll hold the umbrella and drive my moped.
That was my fear, that I was worried about that, and there's just no way to know what the experience is going to be like until you sit in it.
And this is what happened when you sat in it.
Yes.
And I feel at home. I just feel super comfortable.
It was great. I instantly felt at home. It was comfortable. It felt like being in the interior of a super cool space age car. It did not feel like it was a moped. I was pleasantly surprised by that.
So there's one surprise.
Yes.
There's something that surprised me. I actually liked the yoke.
It is comfortable. It is extremely comfortable. I just want to touch it all the time.
Yes, I was energized and nerding out, but I'm telling you, it surprised me because I really didn't think I'd like it. Just like a lot of you don't like it. I'm getting a lot of comments like this one right here from Gary Greenway. It says, Bucky the yoke. You know why he says Bucky? Because it got like a
little buck tooth.
Yeah.
It's so cute. I love it.
It's a good nickname, Gary. Bucky the yoke replaced in my car as soon as I could find a replacement steering wheel. I wish Aptera would offer an option of a conventional wheel. You know, they might. Gary, we're still pretty early on. We're not in production yet. That could be a possibility. And keep in mind, the airbag is going to be in the yoke. So it may be a difficult process to change it out. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. But also, one of the things that was really neat that Chris Anthony talked about was the fact that they would like to open up Aptera to aftermarket products, where someone who wants to design a new steering wheel to replace the yoke, then Chris said they'd be happy to give them specs so that it will be a safe replacement. They'll be able to build it right to the specs of the Aptera so that people can add on and change things and mod theirs, that there'd be a whole opportunity for that, and they want to encourage.
Yeah, you know, Gary, you know what? What she just said is genius, because even if replacing the yoke is too much, I'll bet you could come up with a 3D printed cover that's hard enough where it could... What?
Because we're probably just going to make a business out of doing that. And then we
Stop.
We don't want anybody to steal our idea.
Okay, and then you wrap it around the yoke and maybe make a complete steering wheel. I don't know. Like, I would never know how to do it, but you're a smart guy, maybe. But was kind of with you. I was making fun of the yoke a little bit in some of our videos, but when I felt it and I started thinking, you know who else has yokes? Formula One cars have yokes. So maybe there's something to it. I don't know. Hope it works out for you, Gary. But I was surprised that I liked it. I did not anticipate. I was thinking, how do I not be negative? Because we never try to be negative, because this thing is goofy, you know, Bucky the yoke. I really liked it. Okay, anyway, so that was a surprise for me. The yoke is, I think, tolerable.
Nice.
Okay.
No yoking around.
So there is some things that need work, Sarah. I mean, let's face it. It's not in production yet for a reason.
Right.
One thing is some of the extras that are being offered on the website, like the camping package, the off-road package, the enhanced audio, the driver's assist, and the pet kit. Well, I think the pet kit might be set, but the other ones could be fleshed out a bit. Probably not a super high priority when they're still trying to get the user interface and everything worked out.
Right.
But I know a lot of us are anxious to see what actually these package will entail. So that certainly can be improved on, you know, and I'm sure it will be in time. But another thing, and when we were there, we checked out the cup holders pretty good. But some of you had a pretty emotional reaction to seeing the cup holders. I'm going to read the most mild comment, but you know what you said about the cup holder. And this comes from Harriet Anthony, whose real name is Charles Anthony. Harriet was his wife. The center cup holder looks too shallow to hold tall jugs, churning hard, fast churns. Mr. Anthony, how fast are you going to be turning your Aptera over there in Maine where you live? Be careful. Police are serious over that way. Let's look. I saw the Aptera in person, so this view is not based on photographs. Time and use will tell. Yeah or nah. Sure. That's exactly right. There's testing to happen still. But when we saw it, we both had the same thought. We use big, I think I have my water bottle right here. This is not planned. These big fat water bottles, like this. Both of us do. And then, we like our Diet Cokes from McDonald's. If the cup holder were big enough for my water bottle, it'd be too big for the regular Diet Coke McDonald's glass. It would slosh around.
Right.
So this thing, having the adjustable, where it would squeeze it seemed to make sense. But your point is accurate, and a lot of you don't like it. So is that something that needs work? I think when Aptera figures out that a lot of people don't like it, it's probably going to get some work. Myself, I would like to see it tested as is, to see, like one of the commenters said, can I keep watching the road and get the cup in and out of there?
Oh.
That's a serious thing to consider.
Interesting.
And also, will those bands loosen up in a short amount of time? If I
Be as snappy and they get stretched out, will we be able to replace that mechanism so that we can just put in fresh, spongy, springy bands? Because I like it. But I can see where there are some questions.
I like the idea of it to not matter what size it is, but it has to work. And we really don't know if it works. So that's something that clearly from the response it's received, something that I'm sure Aptera is aware needs work. Some things we like.
Yes.
One thing Sarah really liked.
I liked the height of the cabin, I guess. I don't know, is that the right thing to say?
Not sure if that thunder came through on our microphone.
Wow.
We're in the middle of a pretty rough Michigan thunderstorm, so enjoy the thunder if you heard it. If you didn't hear it, that's why Sarah jumped.
There was a huge flash of lightning between us and our neighbor's house, which is a pretty narrow gap right here. Anyway, the height of the cabin, or where you sit, is really cool. I found it really easy to get in and out of the Gamma.
There are some of the things that surprise us, some of the things that we like, some of the things that need a little work. There's one big issue with the Aptera, and we don't ever like to talk negative about any company. But one big issue is I don't have it yet. So we got to stop this before lightning stops us and kills our electricity and burns up our Mac and our phone and our camera and all our stuff gets burned up.
And then that will be the end of this. We will be driven out by lightning.
Oh, Drive the Lightning got drove out by lightning. Thanks for being here at the Positively Charged EV channel. We appreciate you. Our members, we truly appreciate you becoming members. And that's why you get early access a day of the videos. You get some outtakes. You get some other stuff that only members get. But our general audience, we don't hold anything back that matters. I promise. If breaking news, we get out as soon as we can. We don't give early access to breaking news. So thank you for being members. If you haven't subscribed yet, hey, what does it cost you? Nothing. You push a button, that's it. And it helps us tremendously.
Yes.
Tom, thank you for the coffee.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bob, thank you for the coffee.
Thank you so much.
You guys are great. And some of you have went to our store and bought our shirts.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. We really appreciate it. Don't know what to say.
Yeah.
So that's it. Go pre-order your Aptera if you haven't yet. Use the link in the description to do so. Help out Fran G. Why Fran G? Because we usually pull the names out of a hat. And I pulled out Fran G a couple of weeks ago. And I couldn't find your link in my email. So I thought it must be Frank G. So I used the wrong link. So I'm making it right today.
Yes.
Thank you for watching. Hey, watch more if you want. Watch a bunch of them. We got like 115 videos out there.
This is a good binge sesh.
They're not all great. In fact, none of them are great. They're not all even pretty good. But they're out there. If you want to watch one, there's one right over my face. That's it. Chad and Sarah, Drive the Lightning. We're out.
Thanks for watching.